Over the back seat. I told her to get her to the hospital because she was in respiratory failure. You wouldn't leave, bitch. You didn't help my granddaughter. You know who I'm talking about. The cops know. It was on video. But they won't touch you for some odd reason. They won't touch him for some odd reason. Either you left with him and Karena and that she was done in, or you took Karena somewhere and you had it done. This is where my granddaughter stood last, Kokomo. Right here. Right here in Kokomo, Indiana. She vanished in a car with a female, Kate Shirley. The police know all this. They will not act. They will not react. They won't do. And it's a shame. It's a total shame.
You're standing at the exact spot, like right over here. Right in front of
Okay, well, we're going to release a balloon for Karena again.
I tied mine up to the bush.
And hopefully it won't go towards the reservoir.
Hopefully it don't land on the car's window.
Or go up in the tree. Alright, but anyway, Karena, this is for you. Grandma remembers you. You have a new baby brother. His name's Raleigh. Raleigh McClurkin. You'll never get to see him, Karena. You have a niece, Caitlin. You'll never get to know. Because some dumbasses had to take you out for no reason. This is for you, baby girl.
I know I said it last night's video, but...
Okay, I'm going to end the video. If you see something, say something. If you know something, say something. Contact KPD.
Oh, wait, the car's going by you. Careful, Gary, the other way. And then go up. Dang it, man.
So I tied mine to the tree.
Stay right there.
This is exactly where I made that promise to her, and I will see to it she makes it home. Okay. I am going to start this off. We are going to talk about Karena McClurkin's case, Brandy Bradley, a little bit of Delphi, but I'm not going to give the true crime community the same old, everything you've been hearing about. You're going to hear it from the source. This is how I met Ty Almondo, Karena's cousin. Kept insisting on wanting to meet me in person. Something about Ty didn't sit well, especially after hearing from the father's side of Karena's family talking about the mom's side using her as a drug mule as a child. But you're going to see him come up an awful lot, and it's one where I call my stalkers on my personal Facebook account. From this cartel, I have Ricardo Espinoza, Jamie Reed, Others in 2018 cartel drug ring like Tyler Joe French, Josh Ebeling, Megan, the motorcycle clubs that are highly involved with that cartel drug ring, threats using social media. That I'm the next to go vanishing, to go missing and killed, and it's for seeking justice for over 200 cases in Indiana. All are in the troubled community. Of those 200 plus cases, there's 300 across 12 different states. Everybody's been hounding me. Oh, you're gatekeeping. You're gatekeeping. No, this cartel's killed within my family. More than one attempt has been made on me. And where their family and friends go back to, you're going to see here soon. The one I have to get facial, orbital, skull, and jaw surgery still. KPD allowed him to walk free to try to run me and down. He did clip me. I didn't get out of the way fast enough, but he tried running me and a toddler in a stroller down. Not even 24 hours after he attacked me with the lead pipe. Where his brother goes back to another serial killer in Richmond, just like him and his family goes back to Gabriel Ellis and other dealers turned killers in and around Kokomo, including the 7 that went through a murder hit and killed within my family. They still have a murder hit down to a toddler. Yes, you heard that right. A toddler. An innocent child. Born into the troubled community. There's over 40 children born inside of this troubled community that have been gone missing and murdered. And all the time, the FBI, DEA, the state and local drug task force, they're allowing their informants to be targeted, retaliated against, even leaked information like Kurtz learning about Nicole Boeing, going to roll on him and his operation, just like they learned Corinne McClurkin, her brother, his dealing. The family doesn't want you to know about that, just like other family members, like the Patties, don't want you to know about Michaela Babcock, longtime best buddies of Derek Kurtz, how Derek Sherman, Blaine McClellan, all these names are longtime friends with more than one killer, but nothing to see there. Just like you have Mark Lehman and Brad Rossi, their adult children and other family members being friends. That's going back to more than one killer you're about to see in the next few slides over this live. Javon Blackwell, he was dealing for the Kokomo cartel drug ring. Him and his 2 sons were hunted down and savagely killed. Every single one of his killers came from Kokomo and carried out the murder hit on him and his 2 sons. They shot his 2 sons execution style, made him watch before they turned the gun on Javon Blackwell. So the live I did on Travis, what they did on Blaine Nelson, all they have to do is have the assumption, just like they thought Derek was going to or has rolled. All they need is the assumption, just like, oh, for the longest time, Karina McClurkin's case, they assumed she stole money and drugs. But yet, the family doesn't want you to know her brother just got busted with a large amount of drugs owing a large debt to Gabe Ellis, his supplier, in that cartel. Keenan McClurkin had a warrant out for his arrest, just like Karena McClurkin did the time she went missing. But hush, hush, don't say anything there, just like Jerry McClurkin and Andrea Joe Glassburn. Anybody that knows Halo investigations and their PI, it wasn't me that pulled them off of the case. Nothing I said or did. It was the more we got on Gabe, the more it was getting leaked. And it wasn't from us. It was Jerry and Andrea going to see her second son. But I'm going to go into some multiple cases, more than one, like one of the recents. Indiana's most horrific to date mass shooting. It's one of the worst mass shootings to date. He was actively in this cartel drug ring. And what's sick is I will show you in this live. Garland Odell Cooper, Southwest Side, IMPD, Indianapolis Metro Police Department, Southwest District, badge number 739. You will see him and IMPD admit to the ties and connections, both criminal network and the social media network analysis, like I'm about to show you. Everybody laughs at bringing up criminals, showing their criminal records. They were arrested in like the 2018 raids, like Ricardo Espinoza, another one that stalked my page like other dealers. Jamie Reed. The list goes on. Tyler Joe French. The threats I've got from within your cartel ring and the threats that was carried out into murder hits. It's not just a story to do content. Look at me. Give me your donations. Give me your clicks. Give me your views. Like these content creators that have been trying to pry this information out on from me, just to rush and get a content going. And oh, look at us. Look what we found. Look at our hard work, our digging. Praise us. Give us thousands in donations. Let us live rent free in your head. And make sure to come back and donate tomorrow. I know it's hard. Times are hard for everybody, but I don't want to go to work. YouTube's my new job. Make sure to get merchandise. Do you see me doing any of that? It's the oath I took at the age of 17 to my nation, my people. That loyalty, duty, honor, selfless service, respect, integrity. A lot of these content creators doesn't even know the beginning of that. Or know giving your body, your soul up for your nation, its people, against any enemy, both foreign and domestic. So help you God. Signing a paycheck with up to and including your life, it's just like one of the favorite presidents I've ever had. I've looked up to since I was a kid. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And I grew up with you are an army of one. One army one with enough backing, turn in one into two, into three, into thousands. I was already threatened. And if I want to survive, you might want to get loud, stay loud, and get as many people behind you. But so many content creators want to take me and my family's hell being targeted for trying to seek justice so they can go hurry, make content. Oh, thinking Kate can send me some pics. Oh, there's no third party, no hidden agendas. And you wonder why I've been so hesitant. And there's a reason I'm getting to her. Read what she says. When I'm helping get a sister-in-law, one of the four adults I got home alive. And the reason is the sister-in-law's side of the family, the husband side of the family, started realizing if she comes up missing and murdered, just like Karina McClurkin, all hell have no fury. I'd get DEA and the feds involved 2 seconds. I've got full conversations, and you should see the conversations I had with Erica. And what's sick with Ty and Erica is you're about to see. We're going to get into some big national known cases. And what's sick is the FBI, Michael Curtis, the handler over me, one of the first agents involved in Delphi, the lead investigative agent with intel from an informant from 2016, just days after Karina, the original Odin report started. It helped when I had individuals like Brad Holder already years, more than one investigation on more than one domestic terrorism group he belonged to for years. It helped when him, names like Jeff Brackett, others that planned weeks ahead of time, a recruited event that was being recruited online, social media, the militia groups of the planned meeting there in Delphi, it led to what allowed my handler, Michael Curtis, his partner, the Indiana State Police and locals, parts of the Joint Terrorism Task Force, just like you've seen in Rushville PD, Todd Click, Tara Ho, you had Greg Ferenczi. All of these names I've worked with personally, and I've backed that up. I've showed. I'm not just saying it. The FBI informants, they came forward to the defense. Todd Click came in because of me coming forward on who and what I was, and it was my information that it was who and what I was. He looked into that started the second Odin report based off of my intel on suspects like Brad Holder on the first Odin report. The first Odin report that had the domestic terrorism task force, they're on a domestic terrorism investigation for days leading up to Delphi on a certain individual's land. Why do you think they thought they had so much on Ron Logan, his land already, his goings and comings? They thought they had him had right there. Why do you think the feds knew so much? It was a planned event. They decided to have at his property before it turned into a crime scene. But we're going to get into blowing some minds. Because you see where two are claiming they want to do good, there is cartel involved. They need to go down. And if you need to, you can pause these. But we're going to get into this boils my blood because you see Karina's family. One of the adult victims I got home alive. Out of 8 people, I got 4 adults and 4 children home alive. And how? It's not been gatekeeping. It's keeping people's lives alive. When they go missing, and I see these red flags pop up like I'm about to show you right now, this is the FedEx mass shooter, Brandon Scott Hull. He was an active member of that cartel drug ring on both of his social media profiles. The one they did not take down, remember Keegan Klein? I've showed bits and pieces of this if you look back the last few lives. Keegan Klein, his friends, family, Tony Klein, Richie Klein, the cartel, the motorcycle clubs they go back into, the ones threatening my life, want me dead. This is the same thing. When I'm talking about Thomas Brown, the high school two teens serial killer down in Arizona, when out of 640 friends, dozens of his friends are locals here in Indiana. And out of 640 friends, those out of those dozens that go back to Indiana, their friends go back to ones like Brandon, Scott Hole. This is the FedEx mass shooter. And we're going to start getting to. And Jocelyn is, as you've seen, she's right, one of the first ones, two mutuals, right there. He's been a long time, real deep, went to school with, but got real deep into the hard drugs around a lot of the dealers, a lot of the killers, like the Deputy Pickett, his killer. That was friends with a lot of the ones that he actually went to school with in his grade. Brandon York is another friend of Anthony Bombergot or whatever, by Anthony, but Deputy Pickett's killer. Deputy Pickett and Officer Pitts, the first Terre Haute police officer. It was my intel, my Baffy files. There was four involved. One must have rolled, went informant with maybe in direct contact with that one. That one wasn't named, but there was three charged federally between Officer Pitts and Deputy Pickett. Their murders are federally tied and connected, just like you're seeing the same names that go back to Shane Meehan, like I've been saying. What Prof and others claim they know everything about Erica Morse, Michael Oshbrook, Amy, they don't know the very tip of this, and to the extent of how many of these names go back for years in my federal FBI informant files on the motorcycle clubs there in Kokomo. That information I was getting within Mobile, Milwaukee Iron, that was being fed directly back to an agent that was getting that back to the uh, organized crime task force, human trafficking task force that was actively going on in both of those clubs with the local uh, judges like Fouts, elected officials, and Good Old Boys Club. They knew all about that. Kokomo, Lafayette, Delphi, Good Old Boys Club, the corruption. I've got text for this FBI agent, Michael Curtis. Oh, we know all about that and the corruption, the money laundering. It's on the back burner brewing. We know all about it. But just like Larry Nasser, it kept sitting back there and rotting away, doing nothing. But we're gonna keep going here. This is where, remember Armand? I showed him back friends with Keegan Klein, Damian Swoke, Tay. Yeah, gives you an idea. I'm trying to think I got, yeah, I think I got them all. But there's more. And Sash, that's her. I think I got this now. Okay, boom. So it's right there. And Jamie Beasley's sister, Kaylee. Oh, hold on. There we go. I think we got it. See, if I had better help, but my autism brain, like how I'm seeing like line graphs, and I can show, like in my head, I've got files, and it's like I can go open these files, open up, like, say, Beasley, her case, and her cousin, Mariah Kern, like her case, and everything I'm seeing right now, the names going back to what killers, what other missing and murdered cases, like Devon L. Evans. One reason I'm mutual friends with him was while he was missing before he was found dead. I was communicating and help his mom, and she was actually working with the cops on what I was showing on the criminal network and the social media network, like what you're seeing. The one stalking my pages, going back to like Jamie Beasley, like there's friends of Jamie Beasley's that go back, like I was showing, to Devon Evans, another missing and murdered down Indy. And like you seen Kaylee Beasley, her sister, showing up more than one killer, including a mass killer. Uh, I've showed Nico Washington out of Richmond. He's gonna be showing in here. Killed two informants. See, Richmond man kills two police informants. Dumps body in Fort Wayne River. It's Nico Washington, and like some of the same names you just seen a second ago, going back to Gabe Ellis, Kyle Stacy, Keegan Klein. This goes back to other cases, to mass murders, to other serial killers, but the same thing you're seeing here. Many of these same names go back to Thomas Brown and their same friends and family. On Thomas Brown, those two Arizona kids, the two that were killed in the arson in New Mexico, that were originally from Delphi, you'll find a lot of these individuals. Like if you look on Liberty German's friends list as it sits, how many of Derek German and Blaine McClellan, William Duff, like how many of their dealing partners are sitting on a underage daughter of a dealing partner? Like Derek and his dealing partners are friends of his daughter, a victim, but nothing to see there. Michaela Babcock openly having a good old conversation and can't wait to see Garrett Kurtz again. Then, oh, how they race each other across the Monon High Bridge. Have you guys seen that conversation they had on social media yet? Has anybody showed you that yet? But if this just interests people, and if I can get a little bit more help, I'm just doing it me, but I can break down to the graph of like I did with the FBI as an informant to make a case. Okay, these names are all tied and they're showing from this killer to this killer to this killer back to all involved in the same cartel network. Then from these killers, it, these same names go back to these dealers that were picked up in these raids. Like I've got all that copied down, saved, like all the names of this dealer, like this 55 names in this raid. I've got them all saved. Like all their friends. And I'm seeing this in my head, the dots and the lines going from this people to this people. But I've been trying to get it to where, how can I get this into, I've never really tried being a content creator. It's just, I've been seeing this, trying to speak up on this, but there's trying to speak up on it, and then there's getting threats. I'm going to be the next one going banished, so I keep talking. If I keep working with the law, I'm going to be killed like the Delphi girls. Knowing details that only the killers and law enforcement knew, then items going missing from the girls' scene being told to me, like, oh, I heard these items, and they're going on Hulu documentaries, and then getting information to Julie Melvin and all these content creators, trying to pry the information out of me in full context. Like, I'm trying the best I can, but for them, all it is content and money to be made. When personally, the hell Karina went through that night, I know what it feels like to be beat, raped, molested, foreign objects like candlesticks, fucking sadistic shit that sick son of a bitch did to me, my younger female cousin. And to fucking hear later, fucking he was doing to the younger distant cousins, his nieces and nephews. I'm glad that fat piece of shit's rotting fucking hell right now, and I hope to God he's rotting in the hottest, deepest, most fucking vile part of fucking hell he has. I hope that fat ass is rotting for fucking hell for the rest of his life. He's lucky I didn't fit his fat ass into a wood chipper before he went. To the wood chipper! To you. But I wanted to kind of lay this bare, and it's like, if this interested anybody, but I can show all the way back to oh, 640 friends. When he has multiple dozen of these friends, and they're going back to killers, serial killers, to mass murderers, and I'm just showing you a few names. I didn't show every single name. Then what other killers and how many of the killer's friends go back to yet again another killer? There's dealers, there's kingpins. Like, there's a shit ton too. This is bigger than just 2 cases, 3 cases. Oh, just a handful of cases. This is interstate acts of terrorism and blood being spoiled on our soil by now foreign terrorist organization on targeted missing and murdered cases. And I can show where a lot of these same names go back to, remember the New Orleans Super Bowl, the reporter being killed? There's now 2 being charged in that reporter's murder. I can show names, their friends going back, not just there, but other missing murdered cases like Texas, Louisiana, all the way up to Indianapolis, and names people stalking my page. And it's oh, we're here for justice. We're here to help. Trust us. Don't bother looking where we come from or the killers, the dealers we know, we're friends with, what else we know. And you remember, if you're snitching in their eyes, trying to get and seek justice for more than one child of this children of the troubled community, for trying to get justice and seek justice for children, you're a fucking snitch in their eyes, and you are no better, and you're worth dying just like those children if you continue to talk to law enforcement on trying to get little kids justice. What happened to the golden rule? You don't fuck with kids. They sure as hell don't do that in prison anymore like they supposed to. Got real soft there just like they have in the streets. It's like it's allowed, accepted, and even the FBI will cover it up. And you think they're going to do Flora any justice? Look where they were caught, DOJ, and wait till you find out. Michael Curtis and the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force. And wait till I show you what Matt Hoffman knew. I was even bringing up to Matt Hoffman. Your third party suspects, look where they're friends with another one where she got paid $20 out of $120 to kill a fifth black person 1,000 feet, not even 1,000 feet from where those little girls took their last breaths. Those four black little girls took their last breaths. A fifth black person lost their lives. And yet again, Jennifer Barnes, you should have heard Indianapolis HQ and the feds. Oh my God. And you mean to tell me you let this known be known back to the same criminal networks on Karena's? They were trafficking Karena, which is a federal violation, and the agent chose to do nothing. So yeah, when I was talking to Maricopa County, and I was able to have them pull up my files with Arizona FBI, and lo and behold, just wait till I get the backing here soon. I'm going to have the eyes you'll never want it on. Just like the same time frame, 2016 through 2018, the FBI in Florida failed investigations, new intel, refused to act, allowed two mass murderers to go on to kill. They were allowing the same thing to happen with criminal networks. Many of the suspects were domestic terrorism suspects known to the FBI and Michael Curtis. He happened to be the first agent involved in more than one case that he allowed to happen off of his lies, disregard, and negligence. They were so busy on making the Operation Law and Order, but they were refusing to act on the missing and murdered, targeted within that same troubled community, missing and murdered cases just like Karena McClurkin, being trafficked to a Kokomo Fire Department, active duty firefighter at station number 4. Then how about the firefighter Von Kirby getting a felony on breaking into a KPD officer's apartment? How about them apples? Just like the Kokomo firefighter that was exposing himself to an underage babysitter. How about the local tax preparer's family, Charles Jansen, issue out there? What was it? Was it Taylor or Eastern? One of those schools. Charles Chuck Hansen, more than one issue with underage little boys, was allowed to resign from his job out at one Kokomo school, and the Kokomo Catholic Church, St. Patrick, hired him for the Catholic school. Redid it yet again, and while being praised by the Catholic Church as a ex, uh, outstanding member of the mayor's, former and current mayor's church. And it's the same church to welcome open arms Karina's rapist and murderer back with open arms. Oh, Lord be with you. We love you. Just like the Chomo firefighter that was exposing himself to an underage girl babysitter. Yo, God be with you. We love you. Welcome back. How about the Kokomo police officer stealing narcotics on duty? Then come to find out he was buying narcotics off the cartel drug ring. Hmm. And how about the board member where Three members and the owner of Northern Rehab of Kokomo stole $4 million and had the attorney general after him in Florida. He stole the $4 million, came back running up here, and then gave board members and shareholders like Paul Wyman, which is a longtime friend of Mark Lehman, and Brad Rousey, two Kokomo locals. Them and their families being friends with individuals that go back to killers like this, but nothing to see here, especially third parties, recusing their refusing to recuse themselves, even though they knew the third parties, the corruption, the cartel, they didn't want to hit and go after, expose. There's a reason for it. And so long as these two have anything to do with Rick's case, the truth will never get heard to the jury just like it got heard to the jury. Who and what I was, and what and who I helped, when I helped, and where they were taken was heard to the jury after Flint sat 2.5 years in solitary confinement. I was begging. You want to get a lot more information? Well, Andrew, take his case on. Open up one hell of a can of worms. Have a federal witness in Karina's case that was turned into federal witness on record, then allowed by the FBI, the locals, to become federal victim. Still being hunted down today. They want me dead. Not just me, my family. And to see these other victims, their families being targeted, and you're speaking up, trying to get to be a voice for the voiceless. And in my head, every night before I go to sleep, I just had a really bad night. I just want to go home. I just hope they get here. I just want to go home. I've had a bad night. I just want to go home. If they see me, I'm as good as dead. That shit runs through my head day and night. And it's 1, 2, 3. Justice I will get for you. I've never lied to who, what I was. And the federal witness tampering, victim tampering, just for the name of content, good times, laughs. I hope all the money you got and the laughs were worth it. Because me and these victims' family, it was never a laughing matter, and it never will be a laughing matter. Then you're giving these killers, these children's killers, these individuals' killers, the enjoyment of knowing their work is being seen by thousands, thanks to you and your friends going, hey, it's a commodity. Oh, if you haven't got the crime scene pictures of two little kids, one naked, get a hold of me and my email, and I'll make sure you get them. I get them right out to you like it's a commodity, like it's freaking candy. Then you have Julie Melvin going on live panels, giggling and laughing, like CJ, where you had CJ and his content creator buddies, like Criminality, letting him go on panels like CJ and Greeno. My PTSD I got while I was being beat, raped, molested, foreign objects going to me and my little cousin. That hell, you would have never had a clue on that hell and why it's resounds in me. I want to stand up and give a voice to the voiceless, to personally know and feel and know and have gone through that hell, to know it what it rips away from you, your soul, and them to continue to want to keep that hell going. It only thrives and it makes me want justice that much more for me, my family, and the voiceless. So you can laugh. My PTSD, I'm a fucking mental real retard. I'm just mentally ill. Nobody cares about my work. It's never been about my work. It's never been about me digging. It's never been about content or the money I can get. It was the oath I took to my nation and my people against all enemies, domestic and foreign. So help me God. It's never been for content or views. It's about survival and to help protect and save lives. I stood up. I spoke up. It was the FBI and the agent Michael Curtis lies, disregard, and negligence in choosing to cover up their mistakes that allowed multiple lives lost the same time. Florida, they allowed two mass murders to go on to kill and kill again. If this interests you guys at all tonight, if you want me to go into deeper, darker, more cases, there's 200. Indiana alone, 40 plus are children. I took the time, the years of the digging, the ones stalking me and my family that want us dead, saying they are here for justice, they want to help, like Julie Melvin, her girls' rules. Shelley Collins, meeting with Terry Timmons. They're all saying, I'm worthless. I'm not even worth to fucking talk to, Carrie. But yet, Shelley Collins, Tina Riddell, Megan Allen are letting them meet with Carrie and her kids, knowing where Carrie lives, then running the next day, going to George Stanley, her husband's friends and family in Rushville, and meeting with George Stanley and Ellis Fields the next day in person, while running two Facebook groups, members of others, all of Julie Melvin and her little friends getting information back to the cartel, their family and friends. Then you have ones like Linda Miller saying, I can go get raped for exposing her inbred incest grandson, doing exactly like his uncle Stan to his little sister. That little girl will never see justice because one daddy's best friend is a fucking chomo allowed around his daughter all the time he wants. Then mommy's the one that her and her JP friend want me fucking dead, want me to kill me, just like they killed Delphi. And then within 72 hours, it's like she was heading. They knew the failed murder hit failed, so that it was about the time. Out of nowhere, she started making threats to me. The cartel will kill me and my family. Then what the fuck happened? Well, it's just been content and what it's about for content and money for a lot of these content creators. So then tried to say I'm gatekeeping. I'm just fucking trying to uh gatekeep and oh, it's not that you want justice or you don't want justice for these victims, but we do. I've been a local trying to speak up and get a voice where I've already been threatened. If I want to survive or think about me and my family surviving, to get loud and get as loud as you can be and stay as loud as you can be, get as many as you can behind you. Otherwise, good luck. And if I dare think about saying or showing anything she said, she and her family will hunt me down. Well, I'm seeing her and her family going on Hulu documentary, going, oh, we want justice, that and the other, but oh, my family and me, we know items I was taking. My AKA daughter and her Delphi friend was involved. They already knew fucking how the girls were killed and was telling a witness that had the FBI already there, already a witness and victim in another case. If I keep talking to ISP, the locals, that'd be killed like those two little girls. And then Aaron and JP knew details of what, like the McCain brothers, others, the financial planners, they were given names of who was there, other witnesses that never even came forward, other than a couple. But down to what they had on, oh, nothing to see there. In the next few lives, I'm going to start showing everything I showed Matt Hoffman. Would that be something interesting? You want me going stuff like this, other cases? I can do all 200 cases, and I can get down to where it's nitty and gritty. I can show every person that's this, and this person that goes back from this killer to this victim. Michael Bowles, I'd have to look into it. Brandy Bowles, yeah, Brandy, and then Brandy Bradley, where she was burned is not actually too far from me. I'm not giving up where I'm at, but it's not too far from me. So that one kind of freaked me out because I actually, from where I grew up, that's actually one of the back roads to take to go to family I have over in Frankfurt and Tipton, like that area, the Tipton County line area. So I've had family that way living. So you have to go through that town, and it's you want to take instead of your back roads. So where they found Brandy, I drove that road like a ton, especially when I was smoking weed and drinking, like hiding it. Like you take the back roads, like that back road where they burned and dismembered and burned her body, where they found that in that dumpster. I know exactly where that house is, that dumpster, and it just fucking sucks because the family I stay with, like I've been seizure free for what 3 years now. That's the only reason my medical seizures was keeping me my license was taken. So I'm in the process of trying to get. I got to do the written, then I got to take the driving test. But the family I live with, the only 2 days they have off, or the only 2 days that the V isn't open. So I've been kind of screwed. But if I ever get my license back, I do got a vehicle I need to get legal, and I can't have the power chair like I need, so I have to use my manual chair anywhere I go. But I've saved up. I've got a little bit of help here and there, where I've got a drone, uh, GoPros, camera gear, uh, lighting equipment, like pretty much I got a setup where I've got a generator, a big tent. So if there's like a missing case that comes up, like I want to be able to go actually out, and I just it makes me sick where if as long as I had somebody helping me, I could keep a drone in the air looking for somebody or moving spot to spot with the family. It just makes me sick seeing and hearing where a missing person case happens. The police come out with their drone, puts it up for like maybe 30 minutes. They say they threw a drone up. They searched with the drone, uh, couldn't find anything. They moved on, like once and done. Like, I want to get to the point where I can go and be at a new missing case and kind of stay there and be as long, like, eyes up above, like down there on the ground, kind of have GoPros, kind of. And I've done rescue, like down in Tennessee. So search and rescue and all that, I've done that like professionally, know how to do it. I may not be able bodied, but I know how to check people in and out, like kind of making sure search grids. But then I have like lighting gear. Like if I ever wanted to sit down and do interviews, I got inside and outside like lighting gear, like the big lamps. So I got gear. It's just I haven't been able to use it yet. It just sucks because without a license, I can't go places. But I just I've been seeing this, but when I brought a lot of this up to Maricopa County, Arizona, and then Arizona FBI, and then I was like, look into my BAFI files and the cases like nationally, Bruce Dockett, he got 38 years as a fake judge making threats to real judges. He got 38 years federally behind bars. A lot of the Bundy bunch, like the Bundy federally and state armed against the BLM, state and feds, the armed standoffs, the most recent ones. My informant files had a lot to do with that. So left and right wing. Like I was unbiased. If it was a left wing or a right wing, it was still if it turned into where it was going to be a threat to me, my people. No, that's the way I've been. I do try to keep it like I don't know if anybody's noticed. I try to keep it like politics has nothing to do with missing and murdered. The family could be left leaning, right leaning. I don't care. It's the person. It's a victim. It's a missing person. And my whole motto is you're never too lost to never be found. And then their family has a motto. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 forever and always. But I kind of mix that up to 1, 2, 3 forever and always fighting for you, and 1, 2, 3 forever and always searching for you. But if this kind of interests you guys at all, I just want you guys to know this is a hell of a lot bigger than just Delphi, Flora, Logansport, just a couple cases. This is a hell of a lot bigger. And a lot of people know, and a lot of people are sitting silent, and they're friends with more than one killer. Careful on who you trust. Are they really out for justice? Or is it for them and their friends never to see a day of justice, a day behind bars?